Last night, my son reminded me I'm not the dad I thought I was. When I was 16, I was stupid, plain and simple. I didn't wear protection and got a girl pregnant. The shock hit me like a freight train. I never expected to become a dad that early. And honestly, I still don't know if I regret it or not. But almost all of those regrets washed away the moment my son was born. For privacy, we'll call him Rory. I'm 24 now, and my son is 7, almost 8. He's the smartest, most loving kid I could ever ask for. His mom bailed when he was around 2 years old. When I tried to sue for child support, the judge sided with her, basically saying I was the father and needed to step up. Ever since then, it's been me and Rory against the world. Being a single dad hit me harder than I expected. Those first few months after she left were brutal. I had no idea what I was doing. Rory would cry at night and I'd panic, Googling everything at 3 a.m. I had a few girlfriends over the years, but nothing serious. Most girls my age weren't ready to date someone with a kid, and I get it. I moved out of my parents' place and got us a small one-bedroom apartment. I gave Rory the bedroom and slept on a pull-out couch for 3 years until I could afford something bigger. I dropped out of high school, which I still regret deeply, but life happened fast and I needed to work. During those early years, my neighbors next door became our saving grace. Tom and Susan were this older couple whose kids had moved out decades ago. They practically adopted us. Susan would have dinner ready when I got home from late shifts, and Tom taught Rory how to ride a bike in the parking lot. I honestly don't know how we would have survived without them. I work as a manager at McDonald's now. The money is lousy, but it was enough to get by until 2 years ago, when our building manager jacked up everyone's rent during the pandemic. Suddenly, I was working double shifts just to keep our little apartment. My parents had moved to Arizona by then, and I wasn't about to uproot Rory's entire life because his dad couldn't provide properly. Golden Corral became our special place early on. I started taking Rory there for his birthday when he was 3, but it became more than that. Whenever I got a small bonus or tax refund, we'd celebrate there. Rory would get so excited about the chocolate fountain and would pile his plate so high with mac and cheese. Those were some of our best memories, just the two of us in our favorite booth by the window. But I hadn't been able to take him for 2 years. Every time he'd mention it, I'd deflect or promise next time, hating myself a little more each time. I get tipped occasionally at work, mostly just quarters and dimes, sometimes $1. I'd bring every coin home and give it to Rory for his savings jar. 2 days ago, he brought me that jar and dumped it all out, eyes shining with excitement. There was about $40 there, and he jumped up like he'd won the lottery. "Dad, is this enough for the corral?" he asked. My heart absolutely shattered. I thought he'd forgotten about that place, but here he was, saving every penny I brought home just hoping for one meal there. I told him we'd go to the bank the next day to exchange it for cash. That night, I ugly cried in my bedroom, feeling like the biggest failure because I couldn't give him something so simple. Yesterday morning, as soon as the bank opened, we exchanged his coins for bills. Then I drove us straight to Golden Corral. We stayed for 2 hours, and watching Rory's face light up at that chocolate fountain again made everything worth it. The all-you-can-eat buffet for 2 cost $30, exactly what he'd saved. Today I cried again, but these were different tears. His birthday is next month, and I'm determined to make this a regular thing again. I've started researching ways to further my education, maybe get my GED. Rory deserves better than what I can give him right now, but seeing his joy yesterday reminded me that sometimes the smallest things mean everything to a kid.